Hello everyone, my name's Elizabeth Harrin and today I want to talk about sunk costs in project management. First, I suppose I should start by defining what a sunk cost is. It's money that's already been spent. It's been sunk into the project already, it has been used, and therein lies the problem. When we talk about project decision making, often stakeholders will consider how much money has already been spent when they're making decisions about what to do in the future. And that's kind of a problem. The costs, if they're sunk, they've already been incurred. There's nothing you can do about it. They could have been made up of fixed costs, variable costs, direct, indirect costs, whatever. They are just money that the organization has already committed to and has gone. It's gone. Often when you're putting together business cases, that kind of investment, it may be in a pilot or in some kind of research that's happened, isn't always accurately represented. But it's essential, really, to highlight any money that has already been spent before a project begins or has been spent as the project is going on when you are making decisions about stopping and starting the work. This is where sunk costs really create problems for project sponsors and stakeholders, and consequently project teams, because decisions are made based on how much money has already been invested and not how much value we are expecting to deliver when this project is completed. So stop, start, stop, continue, get phase gates, whatever you want to call them, those kind of gate review type decisions as you move your project in a predictive environment through various different phases often are based, even if it's not consciously, but with the idea of sunk costs in mind. If you've just spent £1 million, then spending another £200,000 to deliver something the company doesn't want is a waste of £200,000. Yes, you've also wasted the £1 million, but you're not going to, by investing 1.2 million, suddenly get something the business now needs. It's really important to take the sunk costs decision out of your decision making when you are looking at, do we stop the project? Because if you're making the decision about, do you stop the project, you're normally coming at it from a point of, are we going to get value? Are we still capable of delivering what we said we would? Will we meet our business objectives? Are we going to get something useful? Does the business still need this? And if the answers to those questions are no, then you stop the work. There's no point throwing good money after bad, as the saying goes here in the UK, to try to turn something around when it's not going to happen. You're just going to invest money in a big project nothingness, deliver something, tick in the box, it was completed, and then the actual deliverables will be mothballed. No one will ever look at them again. You may as well just stop the project and redeploy the team onto something that is going to create value. Often people get stuck with sunk costs, sponsors in particular, because they don't want to be seen as a failure. And if it's only a tiny bit extra money in the bigger picture, they'd rather throw that money off at the project, finish it, complete it, and then say the work was done, because that's somehow mentally a success. So I feel, as you can tell, I can feel quite passionately about the fact that sunk costs are ignored too often in decision-making points in projects. So this video was just to really highlight that problem to you and help you have the conversation with your project sponsors if that ever comes up in the work that you are doing. So you need to be making a clear statement of how much money has already been invested, so we are aware of the sunk costs. We need to be transparent about it, but we also need to be saying, this is what it's going to cost to get the work finished. Are we going to get enough business value out of that to justify continuing with the project? If the answer is no, then we stop the project, regardless of the fact that we've already spent a load of money. That's just written off. It's gone. There's nothing we can do about it. Write it up. We should have had project controls that allowed us to make that decision earlier, so that money wasn't wasted. But let's learn from that and move on. It's certainly not worth investing money to build something that is not going to give us anything at the end. Okay, now I don't want to labor the point. I feel like I've made that point already. So with sunk costs, consider them, but do not make decisions based on them, and make the right decision for your project is the bottom line. All right, I can't wait to hear if you've ever been in a situation where sunk costs have been a factor in the decision-making process. So if that is the case for you, leave a comment below. I can't wait to hear from you. All right, thanks for watching. Goodbye.